Let me tell you something else guilt is. Guilt is a warning light. Oh yeah, it's a warning light. And the warning light really was placed there by God. The reason God allows guilt to show up, because it's used as a corrective tool. If you don't ever feel guilty about nothing, you ain't gonna never try to get it right. Preach, pastor. Preach. I told him the other night, I got this book at home. It's old now, but it's by William Justice. Go buy it. I ain't alone in your mind. Tell you that up front. But the book talks about 37 ways that we lie to ourselves to avoid guilt. The book talks about 37. You can give us 37? No. More than Sister Hagan to go to sleep if I pull that. But the book says some things, that some lies we tell to try to avoid guilt. Number one, it talks about what we try to do with it, we project it. In other words, when you feel guilty, what you do, you try to project it on somebody else. Well, the reason I feel like I feel, I'm blaming everybody else. You know, it ain't really my fault, y'all. You be blaming society. You blaming that boyfriend. Boyfriend blaming the girlfriend. Husband blaming the wife. Wife blaming the husband. Pastor blaming the members. Members blaming. Y'all might well say go ahead and preach. Now everybody be blaming the government. The reason we in the shape we in. You blame every. That's called project. You know, you want to throw it on somebody else. Another way that we deal and try to avoid this guilt thing, another lie we tell, we try to rationalize. We make up excuses like, it ain't no big deal. It ain't hurt nobody but me. I'm the only one snorting. That's my nose. That's my money. And ain't bothering nobody else but preach reverend. If I got an attitude, as long as I take it home and go in my house and frown, just don't call me on the phone. Don't worry about smiling to me when you see me. It's my business. But guess what? It does hurt other people. You go home with an attitude, you're hurting your children. Mama, what's wrong? Nothing. Daddy come home and, you know, baby, you had a nice day. Don't ask me nothing. Oh, yeah, you hurting others. Preach, Reverend. Preach, Reverend. It does hurt other folk. Am I right about it? We try to, you know, just justify it. We make excuses to cover up guilt. Another way, and this is, I know everybody uses this, especially Baptist folk. We try to, you know, deal with what I call comparisons. You know what I'm saying? It's all right, Reverend, you ain't been divorced but once. Reverend so-and-so had 4 wives. You big dummy, it's wrong. I don't care if you. Y'all ain't act like you ain't liking the examples I'm giving about you. You know, we want to compare what you've done. I only got caught driving drunk once. He been caught 5 times. I said this the other night. I ain't had but 1 baby out of wedlock. She had 3. And does that make your one right? We want to compare. I don't know why y'all looking at me strange. We be comparing stuff. And I know Baptist folk do that. Praise, thank you, baby. Help me. But let me tell you, let me just tell you about this. I don't care how small the sin in your sight. S-I-N is still sin in God's sight. You can go to hell for lying as quick as you can for taking drugs. Oh, no, Reverend, are you telling me that I can go to hell? Yes. For all unrighteousness is. Y'all do know the word, don't you? But we think we got it all together over here. That ain't all. The other thing, what we try to do, you know, we try to repress it. We try to hide it, stuff it down, you know. We just try to put it back in our subconscious. No, you try to live in what I call a life of denial. I know it was wrong, but I just don't want to think about it. You just try to push it out of your mind. Am I right about it? The only problem with that is it doesn't work. You can't keep guilt down permanently. I don't care how much you push it down. Example I gave the other night, I mean, it's just like if I take you out to the pool today, whether you're swimming or not, and I hope you can swim if you happen to get in the pool, but if I take you out of there and throw about 8 balls in the pool with you and say, look, I give you $1 million if you can keep them all 8 under the water at the same time. I guarantee you might take one down. As soon as you get one down, the other pops back. You take 2 down, but you ain't going to keep all 8 of them balls that float under the water at the same time. Because if you could, I'd give you $1 million. Well, that's the way guilt is in your life. As soon as you think you get rid of one, something else pops up. As soon as you think you clear on this, preach Reverend. Preach Reverend. As soon as you get it right over here, it messes up over. Am I right about it? I tell you what, the other thing we do with guilt, you know, sometimes guilt, what we try to do, we try to hide from it. You ever notice folk, and I ain't talking about people now, y'all's minds all up in the homemuggers and the alcoholics and the drug addicts. But guess what? Some people, you know, what they do with these things that they just haven't asked God to forgive them for that nasty attitude. You know you got a bad disposition. You ain't asked God to forgive you. And then what we do, you ever notice people, first thing they want to do when they feel bad, I just want to go home and go to bed. You ain't tired. You hide. If I can just go to bed and pull the sheet up over my face. Who you hiding from? Like you think God don't know where you sleeping. You ever hear people get up in the morning, how about, I really don't feel like going to work today. You know you ain't got no money, you need to go to work, but you just want to stay home, I'll sleep through it. Then you got other folk that what they try to do to get rid of it, I'm just going to become a workaholic. You know, Davis, well, they ain't paying no overtime. You really ain't got to stay to work, but you just feeling so bad you don't even want to go home. If I can just stay here and work so when I get home, I'll be so tired, I can just go to bed and sleep right on through whatever's worrying my mind. Let me tell you something. You can't cover it up under the sheets. And I said this Wednesday night, some of y'all are guilty on what happened in the sheets. Preach, Reverend. Preach, Reverend. Preach, Reverend. And that's why you can't cut. Ain't no need you trying to work no 724, thinking that's going to solve it for you, because it's not going to do it. The problem is none of what I just said will work and cause you to get rid of your guilt. Well, Reverend, if that won't work, tell me what I need to do to deal with it. I'm admitting that I am guilty. I'm admitting that I got failures and flaws. How do I deal with the guilt that I'm confronted with? And you don't deal with it like other people deal with your guilt. Because guess what? Sometimes people will never forgive you. And even if they tell you they forgive you, you just can't believe when everything fall out. I was shouting down in my soul, whatever you done, just remember that God can, God will lift you from the guilt. And when you get lifted, you can move on. You can walk forward. God will open doors for you. God will provide for you. I'm a living witness that God is good. Is he all right? Is he all right? Is he all right? Is he all? Is he all?